Hi, I'm Al in SoCal, and I'm reviewing the WBM Smart Massage Gun. This is an item that I am familiar with, not so much WBM, but about 3 months ago I acquired the Amazon offered product by Rooftree, R-O-O-F Tree, Rooftree, and it was their model R20. So that was my first exposure to having in hand a massage gun. So I'm speaking from experience in that we have used both our previous, the one we've had, massage gun, and then we tried this massage gun. I will tell you at the outset that with massage guns, they all perform the same function. This is my opinion, unless there's something I don't know. It's a percussive type stimulation of muscle, and my understanding is that it improves blood circulation, therefore promotes a recuperative function, so that if you've exhausted your muscles, you're trying to get back in shape, this type of a device can help. So about this particular massage gun, let's start with price point. Price point on massage guns, I've seen them as low as in the $60, $70 range. Then they step up into the close to 100. And then there's a group like this one that's in the 130s, 140s, 150s. And then there's a jump into the 170s, 80s, 90s, and over. So then I looked at this particular gun, and it weighed in at about 2 pounds and a fraction of an ounce. The one that we have, the one that we've had longer than this, it's about 2 pounds 4 ounces. Major difference between the two. I noticed that this has a lot of plastic. I didn't really see any metal, even in the bezel plug-in area where you put your massage adapters, these plug-ins. Everything in this WBM Smart unit is plastic. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying it's plastic. And I think to give you a relative idea what I'm talking about, I brought my Rooftree into the room, and this is the Rooftree. If you compare the two guns, you can see the profile on this device. It's a bit more compact than this device. But talking about build, here I see a lot of molded plastic. This may be plastic, but it incorporates a metal bezel here where you're dropping in all the tools. It's got a tighter feel. If you look at the controls, the on-off controls on the WBM, your on-off, unlike this gun, and I should say, remember, this is about $170 now. I think when I had received it, the price was a bit higher. But it's in the $170, $180 range, let's say. Here we're looking at $137. So, yes, there's a price difference, but then there's a design difference. On the WBM, there's an on-off switch and a charge port on the bottom of the handle. And the on-off, it's this very small slide switch. Once you turn that slide switch on, and let me do it again, I'll turn it off. Now I'm going to turn it on, and you'll see that you have an on indicator. You also have a battery health indicator, or a charge level. Using this is pretty simple. They're mostly push button controls. You push this button once, twice, 3 times. And you can see it just by the frequency. The motor was going faster and faster. My microphone, of course, is here, but I think you heard that. So it's very easy to operate. Now, this particular gun, and you'll notice I forgot to turn it off. I could see where that might be. I got to remember to do that, huh? So that's off. Let me lay that down there. Let me put this one off to the side. What do you get with this gun? You get various heads that plug in. I don't know if you've ever used one of these percussive type guns before. Use them. This particular kit, of course, it comes with a charger supply. Here's the power supply. That's common to all of the guns. What I saw as a difference, this kit comes with 5 tips. I'm a firm believer that when I'm using a device like this, I will find my favorite accessory or accessories and stick with them. I'm not always impressed with a huge variety of in this case, plug-ins. I will tell you that a ball type plug-in, and in this case, this is a curved face. It's actually if you have dogs, you don't want to do this in front of the dog. You may end up losing an accessory item. Oh, jeez. Anyway, this looks like a lot of fun. We tried this one and also the ball. We also tried the fingers, the 2 hard fingers. These are hard plastic fingers. This is a hard point. This one is a flat face. This one, by the way, is one of the safer ones. Although this cushiony adapter, see, I have to go down here. Now that's the difference. That's the difference between this one and the other one that we have. I almost always run these on low. This is a very gentle tip. I don't have that kind of a tip over there. In fact, just so you can see the difference, I'm going to open up this kit. There are just 3 attachments that came with the roof tree. Just 3. And I'm going to tell you right now, the 2 that we've used are right here. And the reason I'm not too keen on using sharp points with this type of a percussive gun, there's a possibility that in the wrong hands, you could do some damage, maybe nerve damage. You don't want to go poking with this thing, given the strength of these guns. That's my personal opinion. I'm not a doctor, but there's a certain level of common sense, you know. This particular device, you hold the button down long enough and it turns on. That's on low, so you have to hold it, then it starts up. Yeah, you have to be careful with that one there. So there's only 3 attachments to this, yet it's more expensive. So it doesn't bother me because the only attachment I'm using is this hemispherical ball attachment here. Primarily we're using this one. We've tried the flat and it's fine, works okay. And I like the fact that it's a metal finish. If you want to go to the faster speed, you just... And this is 3 speeds, that one's 4 speeds. My additional comment about speeds and about they give, you know, percussions per second, per minute. All of that aside, what I think you're going to want to drill down on would be number 1, price point, and number 2, reputation of the company that's made it, although you know as well as I do. There's a design, and it seems that multiple vendors use that same design, maybe with some branding differences, but it's basically the same gun. So that's when you have to look at price and say, well, geez, they look identical. I did make some notes about price point. Here's what I found. I found that I told you about the price breaks, you know, the $70, $80, 90, under 100. Then it bumps up to about 130, and then it seems to bump up again to the 170s, and then it's the over 200s. I found that in look-alike plastic housings to this gun, guns that look just like this, even with the vent holes here, almost identical, except for the branding. I found this one, of course, at 137. Now here's the good news. I found one at 140, 146, 228, and 236. They all looked identical. So my comment is, if you are looking for a gun, and this felt pretty good. The other thing I liked is that this vendor, this manufacturer or provider, they have their address on the container. They've got their website. They've got a QR code you can scan. It sounds to me like they're working this product. They're invested in this product. They're not just brokering it. If anybody says, well, this gun's lighter, so that's good. Well, no, not necessarily. If you're doing a massage and you're using the gun, and with my wife especially, I've got to be careful with the sciatica. I let the weight of the gun do the work. This actually feels really good. This is that Squeezy Toy Attachment. I hope our dog doesn't run in here. That's not going to happen because we don't have the dog anymore. It's a wonderful dog. He passed on. But if I had him, he probably would have been in here. The squeak would have gotten him immediately. It's not squeaking now, though. I'm not even doing much except moving this left to right. It's just the weight of the gun. And it's working. Now, if I push down, now I'm feeling it in the bones. I'm applying more pressure, but when I'm using this, I'm always asking my wife, you know, you feel okay? How does it feel? I don't want to get too aggressive because it's a machine, and like I say, some of these people were rating the machines on what the stall point was. Well, if you're pushing that hard on the machine to try and slow it down, I've got a feeling that's not really what you want to do if you're trying to recuperate from anything, right? So, all things considered, in this price range, and because this appears to be the lowest price point within this group of what I found to be looking near identical massage guns, and it's got a pretty good heft to it. I'm going to give it 5 stars. I think I wouldn't be embarrassed to gift something like this, and we've used it, and it feels just fine. You know, popping another $40, $50 to get something that feels a little heftier, who knows? These both might last the same period of time. So that's my input. 5 stars because it's at $137. It feels pretty good. I like the Squeezy. Oh, here. You like that? Oh, hey, Pancho, get down. Listen, this is a good price point item. It's going to get 5 stars from me.